Hello everybody. Welcome back to Picross. This time we're doing S9. As always with these, we'll just get straight in there. At this point, do I do it? Fine. You know what? We'll do it. Just in case anybody's watching this for the first time, watching me play Picross for the first time. Let's look at the tutorial. Alright. Picross basics. Here's a puzzle. Check it out. Here are some numbers. They're on the left and top of the screen. They tell you how to fill in the puzzle. Alright. 2 means there are 2 squares. 4 means there are 4 squares. If there's 2 numbers, they're separated by a gap of at least 1 square, where there is no square filled. Go. Ta-da. There's a picture at the end. All right. Alright, here's an important tip. Since we already have a square filled in, and we only have a single number, we can determine that there are 2 tiles where the other square could be, and 2 tiles where the square cannot be. Since we know where the square cannot be, we can fill those in. But we don't know for sure where the other square can be. However, we're not going to do it yet. We're going to move over here and say, look, this is a single square. It's a single number. And the other spot where the other square could go is already crossed out. There's only 1 spot for the square to be. Complete your rows and columns. It's very helpful. All right, check it out. We have an impossible space for one of the numbers to fit into. So we can cross it out. So, this is another technique. When accounting for every possible configuration of filled-in squares for this number, 1 square is always filled in. Therefore, we can mark it. And you can finish the rest, right? There, this is the visualization. Every single possible combination of squares has some squares always filled in, therefore they can be marked safely. It even works for multiple numbers. Although they're doing it in a little bit more complicated of a method than I would use. I typically take the most extreme versions of each configuration and then just see where the overlap lies rather than doing it this way. That might get me into trouble sometimes, I'm not sure, but it's been working out for me either way. Anyway, we don't need any of these, it's fine. And the rest is filled in. All right. We took 3 minutes on a 5x5. Yeah. Okay. Controller settings, please. No, not controller settings. I want settings. All right. Turn this off. Turn this off. Turn this off. Turn this on. And we're good. should be good to go now. Here we are. What? Buttons. Yeah, melon. That's what I would have guessed. For sure. Alright, anyone watching this confused at anything? Ask me questions. I'll answer. But I'm just gonna blast through these 5x5s. That does not exactly look like a mouse. Okay, larger puzzles. Let's view the... Fine. We'll view the tutorial. All right, check it out. First look at the color of the hint numbers. I've turned this off. But if you're playing this for the first time, you will want this on. Blue numbers means there's something to do in that row or column. There is something. Always do your blue numbers. Start with them. They're larger than half of the total number of squares in that line. There are 2 of those. This column or this row. Hey, another tip that I don't know if they tell you, it's way easier to start with edges of the puzzles. So this is the perfect one to start with. Because it tells you a lot of information right off the bat. Oh, it does say that. Okay, cool. Look, check it out. We know we can cross this out because of the rules of Picross. And you could do it for all of the other ones. And now we have a column with a single number and 1 square filled in at the edge, which means you just complete the column right off the bat. And you can do it for this one too. Yeah. Okay, what else are we gonna do? Useful tip for finding squares in lines with blue hint numbers. Line up the squares to the tightest pattern you can from both edges of the square. They're doing it. They're doing the thing. If any squares and the same hint number overlap, then those squares can be filled in. Okay. Check it. This line is an example. First, count out the pattern from the top edge using as few squares as possible. I'm glad they put this hint in. I don't know if this was always here, but this is how I do this. Maybe they taught me. Maybe I figured it out on my own. Put the 3 and 2 in the most extreme configuration, like this. Next, from the bottom, 3 and 2. Yeah, and look, there's a single overlapping square. Check it out. It's that one. However, beware of this square. It's filled in. This is, yeah, exactly. This is not guaranteed to be anything. Because they're from different numbers. It's filled in both times, but it's not from the same number. One time you're counting for the 2, one time you're counting for the 3. Do not fill that in. It's not guaranteed. And in fact, if I had to base... Yeah, if I had to base the row off of this, I'd say it's actually an X. But whatever. Anyway, it doesn't qualify. There's a chance it should be filled in. And in fact, in this particular instance, I believe it should not. But anyway, this is a difficult point. Take your time. Here's another little example. no guarantee that the square in the middle is filled in. All right. Anyway. Oh, yeah. All right. A single square. It's that one. Yeah. Fill it in. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Number turned black, which means there's nothing else that the game knows can be filled in or crossed out. It'll also be blue for crossing out a square. So pay attention to that. All right. Check out this row. We can cross out 2 squares. Cross out a square and fill in a couple squares. There's like 3 squares to fill in. Yeah. All right, let's do it. Left and right. One square. Except if you were doing this properly, you'd already have some squares marked out on the rightmost column, and so that 5 would be a little bit over more, but anyway, it hasn't turned black because there's squares we can cross out. Yeah. Doesn't look like there are any more squares to fill in, therefore, X's. Yeah. 3 squares. Cross them out. It's turned black. Yeah. Can I add an X to the line we worked on before? Can you find it? Okay. Give it a try. As if maybe I press A instead of B. No, you press B. Okay, advanced technique. Look at this row. Oh, they're gonna do the thing. Okay, cool. This is another piece of good tech, where if you consider a square as either number, then a particular square has to be crossed out. They'll show you. At least I assume they'll show you. Let's see if it's what I think it is. If it's what I think it is, the black square in that row, 2 squares to the left of it will end up crossing out. Let's see if that's what this ends up being. This hint is blue, so there should be a square to fill in or a square to mark with an X. But it doesn't look like you can find either with the methods covered so far. It's a tricky line. Can be tricky. But they'll explain it. If you encounter lines like this, try the following method. Look at each square and consider what would happen if you filled it in or marked it with an X. Each square... Try it out on each square on the line, and you may find a correct square or one to mark with an X. Let's go to try. What are they going to do here? Oh, see? They're going to look at that space right there. All right. This square is a case in point. Now consider the line with this square correct. If we fill it in, then what? Impossible puzzle. If the square was filled in, then pattern 1, 2 wouldn't fit. So, cannot possibly be correct. Mark it with an X. Cool. That's not how I would have done it, but that's okay. It's the same information. Probably a bit slower than the way I would have done it, but maybe a little bit less prone to error as well. Think carefully about hard lines and consider hypothetical scenarios to find solutions. Okay, so here's how I would have considered it, right? I would have said, let's assume that the square is the 1 rather than the 2, right? So the 2 has to go to the right, and so you can fill in every square to the left of that square. Or you can cross out every square to the left of that square. So X's should go everywhere from to the left of that of the black square. But it could also be the 2. There's nothing about the logic of the puzzle saying that it can't be the 2. So what if it is the 2? Well, the square to the right is an X, so you have to put the other square to the left. And due to the basic rules of Picross, once you have a number, you have to cross out either side of that number because separate numbers indicate at least 1 square gaps. Well, let me activate my cursor for this. I can't, can I? No, I can't. Well, I'll do it. I'll do it. Okay, a lot of hint numbers, but only one pattern works when you think about it. Yep. Okay, so what I'm talking about is this square, right? If it's the 1, the 2 has to go here. But if it's the 2, you can't put a square here. The square has to go here. And because of Picross, you have to have an X because there has to be a gap. Done. Their method was, what happens if this is a square? What happens if this is an X? And do it for each space until you get to one where it's like, oh, I have to think about the entire row to know that this has to be an X. Both methods work. I like my method, obviously, but you know, it's fine. Anyway, you should be able to finish the puzzle using the techniques explained so far. Do it. Okay, cross this out, cross this out, cross these out. These are crossed out. This is crossed out. This is a 3. 2, 2, nothing, 1. Okay. Duh, 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 duh. This row's done. Duh, duh. Cross this out. Duh, 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 duh. Done. This is a 2. This is a 2. These are 1s. 1, 1, 3. Okay. Cool. I don't know if that tutorial was in older Picross games, but I like it because it teaches those things that are very necessary for larger puzzles. As they say, let's get in there and deal with really easy puzzles. For now. This is what I mean. Look at this. Okay, what was that? I seem to have made a mistake. It's right here. Also, being able to recognize your mistakes and correct them is big. Luckily, there's a technique for that too. It's called notice when the row or column turns from gray into black. That means you've made a mistake. I mean, you'll have, if you're playing this for the first time, you'll probably have the hint numbers up and it won't be that big of a deal. But it's something I rely on a lot. Okay, we're done. Ear. Ear cuffs. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was supposed to be able to guess that for sure. Ooh, immediately into a not so easy one? What is this? Really? Okay. Well. I say that, but then I've already completed a column and 2 rows. So 2 columns and 2 rows. 3 columns and 2 rows. Columns and 3 rows. 3 columns and 4 rows. 4 columns and 4 rows. It's a triangle. So it's just a really pointy triangle. If you think about it. I'm liking this particular Picross song. It speaks to me. I don't know what it's saying, but it is speaking to me. I still, even seeing the title of it, I still don't see this one. That's weird. Normally I can see them after you tell me what it is. Weird. There. Oh. There was something obvious I missed. Never mind. I thought they were really throwing me for a loop. I mean, still, this is going to take me way longer than most other 10x10s are going to, I think. But still, not bad. Not bad. I had to think. I don't know what these are. I don't. Again, I still don't know what that. I mean, I can see that it says French oven. I don't know what that means. Sure. I guess. This puzzle. It's a key? Bottle opener. Yeah, sure. It's just me fumbling my buttons. Don't worry about it, it happens a lot. They're getting real creative with these ones. Yeah, Mayo. Would have guessed that immediately. Totally did. Sure. It is an image of an image of a wine glass. Not a three-dimensional wine glass. Huh. Oh. This might help. Did it? It did help. What do you know? Let's see here. It's okay, I sort of see that one. Yep, that helps just a bit. Let's see here. Missing something important to the puzzle. Where could it be? Ah. It's a boomerang. Huh, okay. I got that one. And that's that. All right. We have... I was going to say a shoe of some kind. Wasn't going to get sports sandal. It's a bag of some kind. Yeah. We're in there. Oh no, not my assist. Ah. That thing I wasn't using. Yes, a surprise. Every 30th puzzle, you get hit with a puzzle that you cannot use your assists on. So, the way I play all the rest of them. So this ends up being easier. Most of the time. Sometimes they're still tough. Something tells me this one won't be, though. Just a hunch. Just one of them there hunches. It's a little ant. Look at him. Yep, an ant. Yep. All right. Huh, this is all you're giving me? Oh, wait. There it is. It is a fish. Sure, it's a fish. Ah, that will help. You know, if I just like complete a column with vital information in it, that'll help a lot, yeah. It's a pelican. Yep, that's a pelican. Nailed it.
Bit of a surprise to me anyway, for that to just work. But then again, I'm used to the harder puzzles right now. I'll cool off, probably, and then regret it. I want to go back to the harder stuff. But I don't have harder stuff yet. Gotta earn it. Gotta do all the other puzzles. Cotton candy. Yep. I don't know why I did it that way, but I did. Oof. Okay. It's a mushroom. Looks like a mushroom. I don't know what a porcino is. Porcino? Looks like a mushroom. Could be a mushroom. Never gonna find out if it's a mushroom. I got nothing. Sure, 2 flowers.